Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over my crosshair settings in game. In most of my videos I actually use a different crosshair when I'm demonstrating smokes and flashes and different strats and how to utilize those grenades basically, because I want to make the crosshair easier to see on video and on YouTube. But in game I actually use a much different crosshair. It's a little bit smaller, it's a different color, but it's about the same size, I believe, and I do have the crosshair settings displayed on this video for you at all times so that you can write them down, or you can pause the video and take a screenshot, whatever you want to do with them. But I will be going over briefly what each one does. The first one is CL_Crosshair Style 4. This is the actual style of crosshair between default, classic static, and this, I believe, I haven't checked and I probably should have done that before I started the video, but I believe this is classic static. As you can see, as I run, move, jump, shoot, the crosshair stays the exact same size. That is what it means by static, and classic is just the look of it, the very simple 4 lines, and the bullets, go between the 4 lines for your crosshair. But I prefer static. I don't like a lot of stuff moving as far as my HUD goes, and this just keeps it very simple, very clean, and it's close to what was present in 1.6. The next setting is CL_Crosshair Color 5. It's a, I believe, red color, and again, this is probably something I should have checked beforehand, but I do have different colors, as you can see on the text on the screen. I do have different settings for the actual RGB values, but this just gets it in the right ballpark. And then I have CL_Crosshair Color _B75, CL_Crosshair Color _G0, CL_Crosshair Color _R255. This gives it a very red tint. It's a little bit lighter than red. It's not 100% red. It basically helps stand off or pop out from most things in game. There's not a lot of dark red graphics and backgrounds in the game, so this definitely helps pop out from most of the scenery and helps keep me focused on where my crosshair actually is and doesn't get lost in my peripheral vision. Next I have CL_Crosshair Gap -2. This brings the 4 lines I mentioned of the crosshair closer together. Default, I believe, is 0, and it leaves them spread out a little bit. I like it really small and close together. It just helps me line everything up. When with the actual default settings, it's very far apart, much like it was at 1.6, but to me, I just prefer having it very close like this. Next is CL_Crosshair Alpha 255. This makes it so that the crosshair color is not opaque, or it's not see-through. It's a solid color. The closer to 0, the more see-through the crosshair becomes. Next I have CL_Crosshair _Draw Outline 0. Very self-explanatory. You can have an outline on your crosshair. I prefer not to play with one. I do have one present when I'm doing nade, flash, strat videos, and again, that's just to help you able to see the crosshair better on YouTube when it does its compression. Next I have CL_Crosshair Size 2. I believe the default is 5. This is the actual length of those 4 lines. The larger the number, the longer the lines become. I've changed mine to 2, going hand in hand with the Crosshair Gap -2. This just brings it all very close together and helps me focus exactly what I'm aiming on. Mainly in particular in long distance aiming. Close quarters, close range, the default settings both for the gap and for the size work well, but in long range battles I like the smaller crosshair, which is why I changed the gap to -2 and the size to 2. And last I have CL_Crosshair Thickness 1. I believe this is default. very self-explanatory. You can make your crosshair thicker or thinner by changing this value, but pretty much I go with the default for this, and that leaves me with, in my opinion, a very clean, very concise, easy to see crosshair that helps with aiming. So hopefully this video helps. I'm not going to comment as to whether this is the best crosshair there is. I think that's very much personal preference. I think you should play around with the settings until you find something that works for you, but hopefully explaining what each of these settings did gives you a better idea of what you could change if you wanted to make a change to your crosshair settings. And hopefully all of this helps you play better. So thank you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more content. Thank you.